Yeah. Hi, my name is Donna Conci. I'm a pharmacist and third-year law student at Dalhousie University.
Cool. All right. So you're already a pharmacist already?
That's right.
So you own a drugstore?
Not yet. Maybe one day. We'll see how the new legal career goes.
Okay, cool. So you're like an official, you don't have to go to med school then, do you? You have to go to, is that like med school, pharmacy school, or is it the same kind of thing?
So med school is separate from pharmacy school. I did a year of undergraduate and I was very blessed to then get accepted into Dalhousie's pharmacy school. After that, I did 2 years into my pharmacy degree and then I applied to law school. I successfully got into law school and so I did my 3rd and 4th year of pharmacy school while concurrently at Dalhousie's law school. So they are 2 separate programs, and while I was in 2nd year law, or actually my 3rd year, I then was practicing as a licensed pharmacist, and I still work as a pharmacist currently full-time. It'll be 2 years soon this July.
Cool. All right. Yeah, so we didn't finish talking about in the last one with everybody. Was there anything that you thought we should have been talking about? Anything that you felt that you wanted to say that you couldn't, that we didn't explore a bit more of?
One thing I think for me personally going through law school that I had to remind myself of was that it was my own unique journey. And I think it's really important for students to hold on to that and know that no one person's path is the same. Comparison, again, is something that can be really easy to fall into within law school. And myself, I came from a scientific background and didn't really have a lot of experience in policy or fine arts, since it was heavily into math and science. And so some people may be discouraged of that, or maybe they've never had a lawyer in their family, for example. And then you come into law school and you see a lot of people that do have those backgrounds. So you can easily fall into this trap or spiral of thinking that you're missing something that everyone else has. But it's actually really beautiful to know that your path is unique, and again, not to compare yourself to others, because your journey is special. You may fall and stumble at times and struggle and not understand certain concepts, but that doesn't mean that the person next to you isn't struggling as well. Or even if they're strong in a certain subject, you may also have the upper hand in something else. And even if you go through law school and you're struggling to figure out what is your calling, again, I think it's important to hold on to the fact that you need to focus on who you want to be as a person, because that will help then define what type of lawyer you'll ultimately be. And I think also being flexible, that things may shift and change during law school. You may come in knowing exactly what you want to do and leave law school realizing actually you may want to practice something completely different. Something that has been really reassuring for me as I'm still in law school is hearing stories from other lawyers that have said that they initially went into a certain type of practice, but they actually had the opportunity to pivot into something else afterwards. I think also for students who may be more mature, or maybe they've had a previous career before coming to law school, don't be afraid to take that leap of courage, because you may already have a career that is solid, or you have some certainty in it, but there's nothing wrong with just trying. And I think that's the biggest thing for someone to really remember is you're not going to lose if you just try. The worst thing that may happen is you'll learn something from it. Maybe you don't hit that goal, but it actually gives you a lot more skills that you wouldn't have had if you had never tried in the first place. So I really think be open to trying new things, step out of your comfort zone. Even if it makes you feel a little bit nervous or uncomfortable, that's good, because that's when you grow, when you try new things, and when you're no longer in that safe bubble and you step out of your shell.
This last question, and as much as you feel comfortable talking about it, how does faith and law mix together with you going to or there's no blend, there's no comparison there with that?
I think there is a huge component of faith and the law that intertwines. I've personally seen that, and going to law school has really opened up my mind and heart to realize how important it is to have a spiritual connection to God while walking through this profession. Coming closer to God has helped me build more meaningful and deeper connections within the law school. Again, DeBalsa, the Dalhousie Black Law Students Association, was a great group, but I've also become the president of the Dalhousie Christian Legal Fellowship, and being able to have spaces where you feel safe and open to talk about religion is really important, because within Canada, each person should have the fundamental freedom to express themselves however they choose to. And I think that the lens of religion and intertwining that with law is very beautiful, because it helps us realize that we don't just live for ourselves, but something greater than that. And law is not just a position, but a calling in how we can serve, whatever higher power that may be for you. For me, it is my Lord and salvation, our God. But whatever that may be for others, having that rooted center of faith helps to also carry you through tough times, because you can look back and turn to that source of upliftment, of empowerment and community that comes from faith. And really it helped me discern what type of lawyer I wanted to be. It helps you flee from certain temptations, certain challenges, and moments of darkness where, through law school, you may face very difficult challenges, and even again as a lawyer. And I think each person should also know what type of outlet they go to when they're facing tough times. And so I found for me, turning to God in those tough times has really helped me grow and become more resilient, knowing that I really don't weather those storms alone, and there's a higher power that is watching over me.